So this time I'm going to Gemini, which is Google's AI, and I've put in the question, write an article about this week's headlines. Sam Altman's board quits. As you know, Sam Altman's the CEO of ChatGPT. Okay, so this is what I got back. Mass exodus. OpenAI's top brass resigns amidst internal... there we go, sorry about that. Internal turmoil. In a shocking turn of events has sent ripples through the tech industry, OpenAI's executive ranks have witnessed a significant exodus this week. Chief Technology Officer Mira Murati, VP of Research Bharat Zoff, and Chief Research Officer Bob McCrew, I hope I said their names right, all announced their departures within a short span, signalling deep-rooted unrest within the company. So companies, they'll start pioneers, then they'll go to entrepreneurs, and then they move into the corporate space. And when you move into the corporate structure, the culture changes and it's about profit and shareholder value. So in the beginning of companies, it's driven by passion and motivation and, we're going to change the world, and then it becomes a non-profit, and then the catalysts come along. So let's carry on. Power struggle and restructuring. While official statements remain vague, sources suggest that resignations are tied to a power struggle within OpenAI's leadership and a controversial restructuring plan. Reports indicate that the company intends to transition from primarily a non-profit structure towards a more traditional for-profit model, giving CEO Sam Altman significantly more control. Power and control, potentially including equity worth billions. What do you do when you've got billions? I mean, anyway, this move, while likely appealing to investors, appears to have alienated a considerable portion of the executive team. So now it's clashing with people's values. OpenAI's executives who champion the company's original mission of democratizing AI seem to have been sidelined in favor of a more profit-driven approach. So inside me, I've got the value system of wanting to do good, and everyone should get access to recovery and mental health. That's a real value that sits intrinsically in me, which I have struggled with other business partners in that, and I don't think that's going to change. That's why this role for me as executive CSI and CSR is good for me. A pattern of abrupt change. The sudden departures are not the first instance of turmoil at OpenAI's top level. Well, of course, I mean, this whole AI thing's pretty new. Earlier this year, Altman himself was abruptly fired. So he was fired, then he was reinstated within days. So the board then at the time fired him, and then the key tech people said they were leaving, and then I thought, oh shit, okay, we better bring him back, highlighting the company's ongoing struggles with governance and internal power dynamics. So there's a big cultural change that needs to happen in organizations. The recent resignations have only amplified concerns about OpenAI's stability and commitment to its founding principles. Critics argue that the shift towards a for-profit model could jeopardize the company's focus on ensuring AI safety and accessibility, prioritizing financial gain over ethical considerations. And this is where I struggle with the mental health industry and private clinics and telling people they're sick for profit when they're not actually sick. But then some people are sick and they really do deserve the help. And help is limited, and so therefore value of that help goes up. Anyway, future uncertainties. As OpenAI navigates these turbulent waters, the future remains uncertain. The loss of key executives and the internal rift threatens to disrupt the company's progress in the rapidly evolving field of AI. While Altman has downplayed the resignations as natural, the abrupt nature and scale of departure suggests a deeper crisis. As OpenAI grapples with these challenges, the world watches closely, wondering wondering whether the company can maintain its leadership position in AI while upholding its commitment to ethical and responsible AI development. The story is still unfolding, and it remains to be seen whether OpenAI can emerge from this crisis stronger and more united. One thing is for certain, these high-profile resignations have cast a shadow over the companies and raised important questions about the future of AI. So AI is not going away. This I got from Google's Gemini. We have a paid non-profit suite of Google Workplace, which gives us discount. That means we have access to a discounted but still paid for Google Gemini. So Google have incorporated AI into their existing company, which is part of Google and ABC, I think, and they've been around for a while. So they're very established within the marketplace where AI is coming, ChatGPT is coming in, and we be considered a disruptor in this space. And the passion that startups have in the beginning, those key relationships often struggle as the company grows and then the culture changes. What's going to happen after this is the academics are going to come along and talk about the story and how it gets done. And then once academics have done their stuff and they've created the MBA classes and all that, the bureaucrats are going to come along and put in all the regulation, which is going to take away from the initial magic of the startup. So this is a pattern that happens. I have a model around this that you can talk about companies and organizations and culture around this stuff, and when coaching executives and leaders in organizations who are responsible for culture, I explain this, but let me just finish this off. My name is David Collins. I'm the CSR and CSI executive at MAUNi, MAUNi, which is based in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands have a very structured bureaucratic system that has gone through all these challenges in the clinical environment when dealing with mental health and other medical conditions. So that's why it's very good for us to be there, because there's already an existing bureaucracy there in place. The academic stuff is established and well, and now what we're doing is we're building the company to provide shareholder value and all that sort of stuff. So essentially we're a startup, but we are focusing, or I like to think we're focusing on the magic, the entrepreneurship, the meaning and purpose, and we call that kokorozashi. Kokorozashi is when you work in the must space, in the environment that feeds your soul's purpose. And I like to think we're pioneers in this area. Thanks for watching. I hope me posting on LinkedIn is helping us. I've got to do all the social media stuff for marketing to get us out there. So please follow the MAUNi LinkedIn page. This will be posted to the MAUNi YouTube channel. I'll be posting this on TikTok and LinkedIn, of course, where all you clever corporate people are. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.